Morning, how are you today? Bit chilly here. Thought I would do a video blog on this one today. And I've just put Ludo out. And when I woke up this morning, I was looking at a few different things online, of course, and doing a little bit of reading. And when I did my meditation, I was doing some frequency work. And the next video after the frequency work actually flicked me to Alana Fairchild frequency sound recording. And I haven't played with these cards for a while, so today may be the day. I thought I would do a little reading from that, see how everything's going. We've got a bit of a hectic week this week. Or I don't, Jessie does, but anyway, And get back into things. Let's see what comes, shall we? So, I've got written on my notes, also take on a bear and eagle journey, and have bear climb through the shit, and then use eagle to fly high and see on the other side of it. So, I thought I would do this morning to set the week up really well. Knowing that July is often a good month for me, I often move or do a lot of that sort of stuff in July. I make a lot of changes in the past, June, July. Winter, for some reason, I seem to want to pack up and move, which makes sense because it's cold. And today's really windy, and that sort of... I love storms, but I'm not so eager on wind. Cold and wind. And I haven't been feeling great for the last few weeks. I felt a bit off, not fluey, but it all started with an ice bath. So I had an ice bath, and that was cool. The breathing technique was really cool. But something blew out my solar plexus chakra, and it's interesting because that was the only place that I felt pain when I was in the cold water. And then it took me a good week to adjust with the healing that came afterwards, but I did feel completely different, so I'm definitely not going to say that I'll never do it again. But then I started to change what I was eating because I needed to consume more calories based on guidance I was getting for muscular growth. And I just found that what I started to consume didn't fit with my body, and I feel it triggered a little bit of an inflammatory hormonal response. So I was sleeping a lot, extremely tired, and not training the way that I wanted to train because I didn't have any energy because my body was trying to process everything that I'd put into it. And I'm still quite fluidy now. So that's been 3.5, 4 weeks nearly. So it's going to take me at least 3.5, 4 weeks now to extinguish that. So yeah, I've just been drifting along, and it's interesting, isn't it? Morgan, woman for politics. Morgan. I wonder who Morgan is. Anyway, what do we need to know? So we've got one card that's already flicked out, or I've got one card that's flicked out. Looks pretty cool. It's got a lot of patterns and things on it. It's a number 7, adds up to a 7, it's 43. Perhaps that's the message for this week. Feels a bit that way. Nothing else coming out. Okay, so Karma of Katahula is the card. I sort of don't exactly have a real pleasant association with the word karma. I do need to work on that because I understand that we all go through karmic clearing, and that actually going forward there is none. That the world is not like that anymore. We don't operate in that space. And I've done a lot of work to clear karma from past lives. However, the word karma still, I think it's because people around me growing up have used it to say that when someone does something bad, their karma's going to come and get them. And that's not always the case. You can have good karma too, or just no karma at all. Anyway, let's see what it says. Your sacred soul passion is powerful enough to shift the state of your inner reality and your outer experience. So commit to what truly ignites your heart and do not be dissuaded by anything or anyone. If you are seeking to make a commitment, do so when it truly connects you to your heart. Follow your genuine, meaningful bliss. Know that no matter what appears to be, you shall prevail. You shall rise. That makes sense when it's a phoenix rising. Drinking out of Jessie's cup my mermaid latte, which is interesting. It's a chai blend with adaptogenic herbs and a little bit of blue marine algae, which challenged my mind a bit because I'm not a big fan of seafood. And blue-green algae, as a child, I've always been taught was toxic. So let's see. Anyway, Katahoula is a Sanskrit term that translates as that which excites wonder. Even if it doesn't seem like it will lead us anywhere practical, following our bliss can allow for something beautiful and deeply fulfilling to unfold. We often pursue what is sensible and secure, yet what could be more appropriate or divinely and delightfully inappropriate than pursuing a path so intoxicating, so fascinating, so utterly mesmerising to the spirit that no matter what challenges arise, you feel so much love and commitment and passion, you shall not turn away. That is the stuff of potential greatness. We might call it being led by our hearts. Kutuhala, maybe it's Kutuhala. My pronunciation is not that great. So Kutuhala is permission to do just that. That's nice. That feels really good. Feels interesting. Feels like almost tears at one point. Because I've lived a life that was sensible and secure and it led me into so many issues. Whereas if I had just followed what I found fascinating, I would be in a completely different place. But I guess that's what it's meant to be, right? We're meant to go on a journey. Anyway, the shadow side or unconscious pursuit of Kutuhala is seen when we chase our bliss in such a way that nothing genuine ever gets a chance to mature. We might be lured by greener grass and chase after every new possibility like a butterfly flitting from place to place. This doesn't involve the heart, but rather the restless mind, which acts from fear and avoidance rather than using passionate devotion as its foundation. The commitment that emerges out of true Kutuhala is not about clipping one's wings, but about growing them and learning how to fly skillfully. Without commitment, one takes a leap, tries to fly, fails, and rather than going through the process again and again until there is an understanding that leads to mastery, one tries to ride a bike or surf, dance, teach, heal, or innumerable other things, never giving any a chance to settle and evolve. There is inherent wisdom in Kutuhala. Let yourself be truly excited and inspired. Allow yourself to stumble, to not know, to become the holy mess that precedes sacred rebirth. When your attraction is deep and soulful, you will have the capacity to stay the course, even through difficulties. I think I know what this is. Don't allow the ego to tell you that the struggle must be a sign a path isn't right for you, and thus drag you away in search of a substitute paradise. That's interesting. Being taught that effectiveness is the measure of truth. If something is extremely hard, then you are not meant to pursue it. After living 25 years of my life being told that if it was hard, just keep going. Anyway, the oracle of karma of Kutuhala can relate to those times when you are just discovering the path, feeling inexplicably fascinated by something and are encouraged to explore just what the true nature of that fascination could be. Then the karma of wonder is guiding us to fulfill the deepest longings of our soul and attain spiritual freedom in the process. We often think of karma as negative. Here we go. But positive karma is our connection to guiding grace, the soul's delight that empowers us to live with joy and rapture. We can cultivate positive karma in the way we live our life, from the heart with forgiveness, a sense of worth and gentleness in our hearts. This oracle guides you towards spiritual empowerment, your ability, even today, to create something positive, gracious and loving. What ways of being and which practices would enhance your ability to be a generator of positive karma this lifetime? Small steps can lead to great accomplishments when we stick to a path. Be patient in your passion and you shall go far. This oracle encourages you to recognize that, in its own immutable way, spirit is practical. It just tends to go via the deliriously rapturous, astonishing and deeply healing route. Trust what you love and let your heart lead you. You and your life shall become luminous, sanctified in the grace of alchemical transformation. An unexpected and miraculous arising is at hand. How fascinating. This is the week. This is for the week, right? So Alana also does a healing with each card, and I'll read that to you. Take a moment to connect consciously with your breath. Breathe in and out slowly and deeply. So in through the nose and out, allowing the breath to naturally lengthen. And perhaps even allow for pauses on each side of the inhalation and the exhalation. Place your hand on your heart and say the following out loud. I call upon the heart wisdom of sacred passion and higher purpose. May I be graced with the discernment to recognize what is true, valuable, authentic, and genuinely purposeful in my life. May I release all else with a sense of humour and a willingness to recognize that I have learned something useful. I allow myself to be inspired rather than frightened by the passions of my heart. I choose to learn from what I love and be led through what inspires and excites me. I trust the passion in my heart is the same passion the universe has for me, and that the inspired, excited, curious feelings are cosmic breadcrumbs leading me along my rightful path. May all beings be guided lovingly to fulfill their highest divine destiny. Allow yourself to see, sense or feel a light within your heart. It is playful, excited and curious. When your mind or feet alight upon something relevant to your soul journey, your heart tingles with spiritual electricity. It lights you up from within, leaving you feeling as though anything is possible, and there is an endless path of creativity, beauty, sacred and deeply healing and liberating for you to explore and share. Tune into that feeling, knowing it is safe to trust it. When you are ready, place both hands at your heart and just acknowledge your heart as being a beautiful and sacred instrument for which you are grateful, and you have completed your healing process. So that's interesting for today, for this week. I've had a lot of incessant thoughts too, so I'm actually going to get back into doing videos and really sharing what I actually enjoy, which is it's evolving to be plants, but it started with essential oils, so I absolutely love sharing and teaching about essential oils and aromatherapy, and never thought I'd be an aromatherapist, but you know, and it's quite interesting. Yeah, very interesting. So let's see where it goes, eh? Have a great day and enjoy your week.